son, I'm bigger than those. 13 years in the projects, my mentality is what, kid? You talk a good one, but you don't want it. Sometimes I wonder.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, Hoops fans. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny, the Jet, the champion, Smith, and Shaquille, the Diesel, the champion several times, O'Neal. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Portland Trail Blazers up against the Denver Nuggets. Well, for Denver, they've been on a tremendous run, and we're deep enough into the season now to know that it's no mirage. These guys definitely for real. And Kenny, we have lots to talk about. One thing coming up on the horizon, the trade deadline. Front offices have had time to evaluate rosters. What are your feelings about blockbuster in-season trades?
Huge deals are rare in the season, Ernie. You know,
huge
typically
deals.
Huge deals. You know, but typically they come in the offseason because teams have time to nurture and bring them together. But there have been some great trades in mid-season. So you can find new life right after the trade deadline, a la Clyde Drexler of the Houston Rockets, to get us our second championship.
Good point. New players would be slow to acclimate. But, Ernie, I think at times you risk disrupting chemistry.
Sometimes worth the risk and sometimes not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a nut and sometimes I don't.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Tell them sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
The Trailblazers play before the hometown crowd here in downtown Portland, Oregon. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. The Nuggets here looking to pick one up here on the road before returning to Denver. And, of course, Dante Exum. Big day for him, playing with his new Trailblazer teammates for the first time.
And speaking of the trade, I spoke to him earlier, and, man, was he excited about getting the opportunity at a fresh start. He thinks he'll be able to get them to that next level, and I'm sure that's what their thought process was when they made the deal.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Hello, Kevin. Well, Blazers head coach Terry Stotts is one of the more respected offensive minds in the game. He said, "I like to give our players freedom to read the defense and make plays. I like philosophically that I don't know who's going to get the shot. That's going to cause a problem for the defense. Keep them guessing, Kevin."
And as always, thanks to you, that kind of unpredictability helps in some settings, can cause many matchup problems for the D. Well, Chris, as we get deeper into the season, it becomes clear to us, the fans, who the real title contenders are. You were on some teams that were considered title contenders. When did you know that this was the way your team was going to go?
Well, I think you know you can go all the way when you come in to training camp. You have a special feeling. You know each player's skill set. You know how they can add to yours. You understand the chemistry. I don't think any team comes together in the beginning of the season and doesn't expect that they can win a championship, the ones that really have a legitimate chance. It's not like you can say, hey, I didn't know we were that good. Hey, we can vie for the championships. No, I think most teams go into the season from the last year saying, you know what, next year is our year, and that's how we were. We prepared for it for day one in training camp. That's how we approached it. And being on bad teams, you don't even mention championship. You say, hey, we need to get better every day. That's a code for we're going to be bad, but let's keep our head up and take this punch in the face and keep it going.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. Murray out there with Victor Oladipo. And it's George in at the 3 spot. And that one's good.
Lillard is as tough as there is to contain in the pick and roll. He does a nice job of using the screen to get a little bit of separation.
Jokic against Adams. Murray sets a screen for Jokic. Right side George. 6 on the shot clock, and he gets the bucket. And Portland with the ball. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Playing on the road, always a challenge, but it becomes a heck of a lot easier when you can shoot the 3-ball the way they did.
Oh, no doubt. And when you're hitting a high percentage on the perimeter, everything becomes easier.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. There's the pass to Murray. Jokic kicks to Murray. And there's the foul. That's on Steven Adams. That is his first foul of the game. Nobody near George. And a miss there on the triple.
Oh, man, you can't get much better look from three-point range than that one. That just wasn't in rhythm.
Richardson dishes to Lillard. Screen by Adams. Pass to LeVert. Shoots the 3. They get it back. Back to Lillard. Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 6 points.
You better play up on Lillard at all times, especially when the pass is coming his way. You got to know he's ready to shoot once he catches it. And Damian Lillard just a beast in my opinion. Never the top prospect coming out of Oakland High, a 5'11 senior. Nobody gave him major scholarship offers. Then he grew 4 inches at Weber State, and his game grew. He was taken the 6th pick in the 2012 draft.
Now here's Millsap, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Murray, the pass to Millsap. The jump hook, and it's Portland with the rebound. And Lillard, the rare lottery pick who played all 4 years in college.
He was the man at Weber State. I mean, that helped prepare him for this role. He's counted upon to set the tone for the Blazers on and off the court.
Here's Murray. The Trailblazers knocking down the tray. To end the run. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, I think he was surprised. He was so open. And that's just a defensive breakdown.
Now, here's Lillard. Turned in an outstanding game against Minnesota. Goes back up, and it's sent back by Jokic. And he recovers it. They set the screen. Pass to Swanigan. Here's LeVert. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. Adams' shot is good.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
It can be discouraging, frustrating, but you only have yourselves to blame. Box out.
Here's George. The shot, no good. And it's Portland the other way. And going against Denver, their first meeting of the season. Here's Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard. The Nuggets trail by 9. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
In the corner, George with it. Passes it to Jokic. It's stolen by Adams. Here's LeVert, guarded by Oladipo. Here's Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And I love the fact that they did such a good job of really reacting to what the defense was giving them.
Yeah, all about IQ, you're right. They made smart in-game adjustments. I mean, they seemed a step ahead all night.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor.
And no fight left in the defense there after a teeth-rattling pick.
And Cousins kicks to Richardson. They set the pick. Feeds to Beverly. Off the left rim and out.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. generally you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision making, though. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
Now, here's Brogdon. Popped up there for Thompson. Now, here's Richardson. He's tightly guarded. Can't hit from the low block.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Oh, heads-up play. The defense collapses inside. He shrewdly launches the transition three.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Denver able to drain the three. Dishes it to Collins. Cousins with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Just 4 to shoot. And Nurkic gets it to go.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
The Nuggets trail by 8. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Thompson, a screen on Beverly. Brogdon the pass to Thompson. Denver passing it around. Beasley kicks to Brogdon. To the paint, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. From the wing, and it's wide right, hits off the rim. Beasley with a clean look. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. Right back after this break. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like all chores, pretty much 18 years of being rookie. That's pretty much all it is, and people just beat you up for no reason.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd say it might have toughened him up a little bit, that's for sure. Wow, 18? That is mind-boggling.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Well, that's what happens when you're aggressive on that end of the floor. They took a few chances and took control of the game.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. We've got Thompson. Beasley is out there with Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Yabusele in at the 4 slot. Out of bounds, Denver takes possession. Let's give a look now at the 2K leaderboard to see who led the league in assists last year. The Nuggets trail by 8. Washington, Richardson cover. Washington passes to Thompson. Great D that time from Nurkic. Portland's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Beverly dishes to Cousins. Back to Beverly. Now here's Richardson. D right on him. Clock at 6. The dish to Cousins. Shoots over Brogdon. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Denver calls timeout. Hey, Chris, we know you are always trying to connect with our fans over social media. We have a question for you sent in by a viewer who asks, Chris, if you weren't a basketball player, what other profession do you think you may have pursued?
Wow. Well, I used to want to be a wrestler and other guys like that. But no, my mother was a teacher, and I always was with her in school. And I think, I love kids and hanging around kids. So it would definitely be something where I'm instructing kids. I don't know if it would be school or if it would be a gym teacher or if it would be working with kids in some type of way. But I definitely would want to work with kids.
I can see you as a teacher. Like if you were a wrestler, like what would your name be? Like would you be like?
Oh man,
what name would
was some terrible names back there. Junkyard Dog, Coco Beware, Ultimate Warrior, Superfly Snooker. I know I gave my name back. I gave myself a name back in there. I don't know. I'd have to figure out first what my persona was. You know what I mean? So I'd have to think about that one. I'm too skinny, man. I don't think I've broken up in that ring. I know that for sure. So I think I made the right decision.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, the Portland Trailblazers are developing a great chemistry for a young team. Damian Lillard takes the team to San Diego every September for bonding purposes, and he told me how much we like each other, how much time we spend around each other. That shows you a team that is really together. It is a unit. We have each other's back. Kevin?
And it's critical to establish camaraderie early on. Thank you, D.A. Sounds like Lillard has this team headed in the right direction. That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. Well, the league has begun a program to crunch the numbers and learn how to reduce player injuries. It's just getting started. But, Chris, exciting to think that we'd be able to cut down on that part of the game.
Oh, yeah. You're talking to a guy that suffered injuries most of my career. I'm glad that we have more information now as far as, looking on the bench. You have player tracking cameras, the nutrition. You have more research and flexibility and strength. And so now it can all be measured. And as long as the player-doctor relationship is kept in privacy, I think it'll make a big difference.
Here's Cousins. Denver able to drain the three. And there's the pass to LeVert. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Down it goes. Nice one there from Swanigan.
Oh, he took a terrific angle right there off the screen, something they work on every day in practice.
Lillard against Brogdon. Pass to Cox. It's Beasley on the wing. A baseline J, and there's another one for the Nuggets.
That's his mindset. Attack, attack, attack whenever possible.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 8. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
Lillard, just an outstanding player. A guy you can count on to score in the post thanks to his quick release.
And one of the most dangerous shooters in the league, Damian Lillard, only needs a sliver of daylight grade to get that baby off.
Yeah, I mean, he'll brush off the comparisons to Steph Curry, but he presents some of the same problems for the defense. Deep range, a quick release, and just one of the nastiest step-back jumpers in the game.
So it's Portland now. Denver able to drain the three. Screen by Adams. Here's LeVert. 9 points last game out. Cousins. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Cousins has got himself on the board with 3 there. Denver calls timeout.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Well, you have to review your matchups. Make sure you're maximizing the potential of each one.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Here's Murray. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Sacramento. Jokic a screen. Murray kicks to Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now, here's Lillard. 10 points for him. Back to Adams. Over in the corner, Lillard. Cousins, no one around him. That doesn't go either for Cousins. The Nuggets trail by 6. And here's George. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. throw good. Paul George. Richardson, he's checked in for LeVert. And George drops them both.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
And Cousins kicks to Adams. Lillard outside. Back to Adams. Over Jokic. And it's Jokic with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 4. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
The feed to George. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
There's 42 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Swanigan. Back to Lillard. Over Murray. Got a piece of it. Jokic with it. Adams on him. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Denver shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Free throw, good. Jokic. And it's tied up with that one.
His free throw ability makes him tough to defend in the post. Teams can't get too physical with him.
Now Beverly looking for his first basket still in this one. Screen by Nurkic. Beverly the pass to Richardson. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
Oh, you'd like to see a stronger pick than that, but it turns out he didn't need the help.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Trailblazers lead by 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, it's a hard game so far. Going into the second half, what will you tell your team?
Just got to compete. You know, keep competing, trust each other, make plays.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 10 points and 2 rebounds. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
Well, one place they had the edge was on the offensive boards. They converted those extra possessions into points. Nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than forcing a miss and then giving up a second attempt. The offensive glass is going to pay big dividends for them.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
They were really efficient, great approach offensively. Their shot selection was first rate. They were always working hard to get good looks. That can't change in the second half. They need to be just as well organized as they have been so far.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
High above downtown Portland, you get the great idea of the beauty of the city, folks. Welcome back, everyone, to the Pacific Northwest. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. I mean, the defense hasn't had an answer for this guy yet. Just too skilled, too driven this far.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. The Nuggets trail by 3. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Portland. Swanigan is out there with Adams. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Richardson. And it's LeVert in at the shooting guard. 6 to shoot. Here's Jokic. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
Now, here's Lillard. Teardrop shot, and the layup is good. Lillard's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Trailblazers. Denver's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Murray kicks to George. Jokic sets the screen for George. And Chris, the Sacramento teams you were on were so good at passing at every position. Just what is needed to build a kind of offense that does pass the ball like that, that's as fluid as that?
Well, 2 things. You have to have the offensive system, and then I think you have to have players with the skill set. You know, you can't really be a good passer if you're not a good scorer, because everybody's just going to stay back off of you and deny their man. But when you're a pretty good scorer, everyone has to watch you just as much as they watch their man, because you're just as much of a threat with the ball as you are passing. So I would say there we had guys that really could move the ball, that really could shoot the ball, so they were a threat. And all they had to do was be kind of a decoy. Pump fake, attack the basket, draw another guy, and then pass it to a guy that's willing to shoot. Unselfishness is a big trait, too, that you have to have. Guys that like seeing their teammates score, guys that enjoy seeing their other players get involved into the game. That's really important.
Wow, what a great breakdown. Millsap kicks to George. Passes it to Jokic. Back to George. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and 3-point shot attempts so far for Denver.
And they are going where the going is good for them right now. The painted area, high percentage and high volume shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
He's so confident, so self-assured on every free throw he takes.
And Lillard kicks to Richardson. And the pass to LeVert. He dishes it to Lillard. Pass to LeVert. Fires from deep. The offensive rebound. Adams' shot is good.
Nice work to get in position for the rebound and the putback. He has no off switch.
The Nuggets have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Murray with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Thompson, a screen on Richardson. There's a screen. Here's Oladipo. LeVert grabs the miss.
Look, you can't defend down low much better than that. Refuses to give him an easy path to the bucket.
Knocked away. It's stolen by Oladipo. And finished off by Oladipo.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. So timeout called here, the first for Portland. A different look for Denver. Yabusele, he's checked in for George, and it's Beasley in for Oladipo. Portland trailing here. Over to the wing. Here's Collins. Denver grabs the miss.
That's how you protect the rim. Stand your ground and make him alter his release.
And Thompson kicks to Beasley. Back to Thompson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I like how aggressive Thompson is inside. He's easily picking up fouls thanks to his massive size.
The Nuggets have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
And just last season, they were at about 82% from the free throw line. So those numbers are always going to be positive.
2 shots.
The first one falls.
Now, we've all seen this guy's development. Thompson has proven to be a valuable role player. He's exceptional at tracking down rebounds and a more than capable defender.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Nurkic is checked in. And so Thompson nails both of them.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Kicks it to Richardson. He feeds it to Cousins. Good on the triple. Cousins has got his second basket of the night.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let him have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Washington. Richardson covering. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Thompson. Great D that time from Nurkic. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Feeds it to Beverly. He kicks it to Nurkic. No good on that one. And Denver the other way now. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Beasley kicks to Murray. The screen from Thompson. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Look, it's all about Thompson's vertical. He jumps up fast to make sure he taps in on that alley-oop.
Here's Beverly. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Screen by Nurkic. They set the pick. Beverly dishes to Richardson. Screen by Nurkic. They get it again. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
Second chance points have really been an issue here defensively.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. There's 48 seconds left in the third. Now here's Murray. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Millsap in the corner. Back to Murray. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Jokic inside. He's guarded by Nurkic. Jokic, no good.
That's what they want. The ball is in his hands in the post. Just didn't have the touch that time.
Here's Cousins. Off target from outside.
He's been off target for the most part, but it hasn't held them back as a unit.
Pass to Jokic. Shoots over Nurkic. And Denver again with the bucket. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Nuggets on top, leading by just 1. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Defensively, we got to give a little more pressure to their shots, all right? Make them make the second, third, fourth play.
It's Terry Stotts drawing the line defensively because I want the first guy with the ball to beat him.
And that's where a total effort is needed. Get back quickly, match up, call out screens, really the complete package.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. So out there for the Nuggets right now. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. Murray out there with Brogdon. And it's George in at the 3 slot. Now here's Cousins. There's a good screen. Dishes it to Adams. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. 6 points for Steven Adams.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
That's just an attack mindset. I love it. Game on the line, he's out competing guys.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Oh, just a solid screen to free him up. Makes the layup possible.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Portland. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for the Nuggets.
One shot.
Free throw, good. Jokic. Trailblazers trail by 5. There's the dish to Collins. But he gets it back.
They are really crashing the offensive glass, and it's paying off for them.
They double him with Jokic. Here's LeVert, defended by George. Screen by Adams. Second shot opportunity, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
Artful use of the screen there. Gains the separation he needs for a good look.
The Nuggets leading by 3. Outside, George. Here's Jokic. No good on that one. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. The shot by Lillard, wide open. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Cousins has got his 3rd assist on the night. Denver's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Jokic with the screen on Lillard. Murray the pass to Jokic. And Adams sends it back. Outside for George. Good on the 3-point shot.
And there's never been any question about George's 3-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the 3 at a ridiculous rate.
Here's LeVert. Back to Adams. To the wing right side. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Murray kicks to George. Jokic a screen. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good from George. And both free throws good for Paul George. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. They set the pick. To the paint. Here's Swanigan, and it's sent back by Jokic. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. George with the ball. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. George has got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Nuggets. Here's Lillard. Up top, Adams. Lillard outside. And just miss after miss right now. The Nuggets leading by 8. It's George on the wing. Jokic a screen. Shot off the pick. Outside for George. Just 4 to shoot. Pushing their lead to double digits. George has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
Well, part of it's been their toughness, but their execution has been spotless. It's just outstanding teamwork in this final period.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Well, the pace right now, that's being dictated to them. They have to try to get it back to their tempo, to their style of game.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. With them getting outshot from the perimeter, he told them we have got to defend the three-point line. Those threes are destroying us. We'll see if they can tighten it up, Kevin.
Now, here is George. Jokic a screen. George passes to Jokic, loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And it's a 12-point Denver lead. Not a lot of time left for the Trailblazers in this one. Screen by Adams. Lillard outside. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. For Denver, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. And here's George. A floater. The kick out to Oladipo. A three-pointer off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 12. Screen by Adams. Lillard outside. There's the triple. And it's Lillard again missing.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that when he gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back.
And George kicks to Millsap, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Cheap turnover. You got to make sure your target's ready for the pass before you let it go.
A different look for Denver. They're struggling to keep up.
And we'll see if they can turn things around, Kevin. On this trip, they can't continue to come up empty.
No good from Beasley. The Nuggets on offense. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. The feed to Beasley. Pass to Brogdon. Shot clock at 6. "11 feet away, misses off the right iron. Now Beverly. From deep three-point range, can't get it to fall. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Tristan, congrats on the win. What was Coach's focus going into the game tonight?
Coach got after us, told us to start, we got to play defense. Just can't come in here and just let them make a score opportunity. We got to play defense and get back.
Well, it looks like you listened to him. Thanks, Tristan. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.